Hi guys, and welcome to Ask Tatyana. My name is Tatyana Ryzhkova, and the topic of our class today is how much pressure do I need? First of all, we are talking about left hand and the pressure in the left hand when we play notes, chords, and everything else. Have you ever asked yourself how much pressure do you really need for being able to play guitar cool, clean, beautiful, and quick? If you have never asked yourself, now it's a great point to do it, because the answer at this question can open you doors to the heavenly beautiful way of playing guitar. Before we go to the real answer and to the tip how you can figure out by yourself how much pressure personally you with your instrument need, before we go to this answer, let's take a look what happens if we have too much pressure. I have seen many students in my life from different ages and different levels, and there are very less of them who have really lack of pressure, but most of the problems are because the students have too much pressure in the left hand. So why could it be bad? First, you will be less flexible, your fingers will be less flexible, and it means you will not be able to stretch it, to change the chords, to play fluently. Another point that if you have too much tension always in your left hand, that can cause the pain. And the pain could be not only in your fingers or in your hand, that could be in your arm, shoulder, neck, even in the back. And in the same time, using too much pressure for playing, unnecessary much pressure, can be the real waste of strength. So it means you waste too much strength in a short time and you don't have the rest for being able to play the piece till the end or to play more difficult pieces. Next point, I think very obvious, we get cramped. If there is too much tension, maybe you know that very well, especially when we are under stress. If you perform for somebody or if you have a particular very difficult piece and we just want to do it really great and we get cramped and there is definitely too much tension in the left hand. Next point, get tired faster. That happens much easier than you might think. That you suddenly have an impression that you don't have enough power for being able to play this piece. We continue. The piece sounds heavy. That is the next marker that could show that you use too much pressure in the left hand. As easier the piece sounds, as better you can manage the tension and relaxation in the left hand. And as more heavier it sounds, as less good you can do it. Next point, you cannot play faster. Using too much pressure in the left hand stops us from being able to speed up and play more difficult pieces or parts, chords, runs, whatever, faster. So if you want to increase your speed, that would be important first to check if you have a good balance in the left hand or maybe you use too much tension there. Next point, problems with muscles, and I'm talking about injuries. Maybe some of you would say, oh, well, that will never happen to me, but that is something that comes definitely much earlier than you might think. Very often, if you have pain somewhere in the left hand, arm, shoulder, neck, or also in the thumb, other fingers, the reason for that could be just unnecessary too much pressure in the left hand. And the great thing, as soon as you learn to balance it, the pains and injuries can disappear. And the next point, difficulties with chord changes. If you have a particular part with many chords, especially when we talk about barré chords, it's necessary to have the light left hand so you are able to jump quicker and to switch faster. Sometimes if you notice a big gaps between difficult chords, one of the reasons could be also that you use too much pressure in the left hand. So everything sounds very horrible and not funny, and let us take a look how we can change this dangerous word into the good one. I will show you now how you can check how much tension we really need in the left hand. So let's see. There is a very easy way to check how much pressure do we really need by playing the guitar. We take the guitar, we take our left hand, and actually you can choose any finger you like and you prefer. I would do it now with the second finger, and you place it at any string. In my case, it's 3rd string and 6th fret. So first of all, we put the finger on the string and we don't press at all, so you just only touch the string. Second step, you start to press the string, but you do it only with 10%, so to say. 100%, just for better understanding, 100% is the point where the string sounds good without buzzing. And from this ideal point, we take only 10%. So you see that the string goes lower. You can see it, but actually it doesn't touch the fret yet. So these are 10%, and you just notice how it feels when you do it. If you would play it, there wouldn't be any sound at all, so that couldn't be enough, definitely. Now we take, we say 50% of the pressure. What is it? How to check it? You press the string until it touches the fret and the fretboard. From the sound, you notice it's already much more than that one, but it's absolutely not enough. The next stop we do at 90%. So how we can recognize that we press with 90%? Doing it, we will have buzzing. So we will hear already the note, the sound, but it will have buzzing. So it sounds something like that. When you do it, repeat it several times and try to remember how less you press at that moment. That will be very important for later for your personal reference. So now we go to 100%, but we will do it that we start with 90, 95, 97 and then to 100, and we don't do 90, 200, and then we try to go backwards. So we produce once again the sound with buzzing. These were our 90%, and then you start just step by step, very little, to increase the pressure in the left hand until the buzzing disappears. That's it. And you stop increasing the pressure. Stop there, repeat it several times, and feel how less you need pressure in the left hand to be able to produce a good sound. Usually it's much less than we used to do. So you just fix this point and you remember how it feels. We continue our way. We go now to 120%. You increase the pressure. Now we go to 160. Now we go to 100. Do you notice anything? No, exactly. So starting from 100%, there is no difference in sound. You can go to 1000 and it will sound absolutely the same. The only thing that changed, the finger starts to hurt at one point, but there is no difference in the sound. This experience is very important, just to understand how it really works. We get used to do something because we always did it like that without thinking if it's okay or not, or if it's a better way. When I did this exercise with my students, everybody had a wow effect, and after that the left hand worked much better, much easier, much nicer, lighter. It was much more flexible, and all these awful things that we listed in the beginning of the lesson, what was wrong when we pressed too much, all they will disappear, and you will live in a happy guitar world. So try it out. You can do on any string you want, on any fret you want, with any finger you want. It's probably also makes sense to do it with different fingers, just to check how it feels depending on finger. And I'm looking forward to your feedback concerning this topic, who you were, if you had these similar problems with too much pressure, which consequences you had, and what helped you to overcome this and to find the solution. Thank you so much for your attention. Don't forget to put a like, to subscribe, and to press the notification bell to get news about my new videos. And if you like and if you appreciate the information I share with you, please support me on Patreon. That will be great help. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next class. Bye bye.